I had to ask myself more recently what makes me feel safe, what makes me feel good, what makes me feel heard, and I don't have all of the answers in this moment, but I had the opportunity to practice acceptance. Accepting that I can't know what I want to know immediately, and that I may not even know anytime soon. It's so frustrating when you when you want to get a result and you're shut down in the process, or you hit a wall and you're forced to take a break, which got me thinking, maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I'm rushing through this because I have anxiety, and I think that if I don't get it done right away, I'm not going to get it done at all. Kind of that all or nothing mentality coming out too. And so I took a deep breath, which I realized was really hard for me to do. It was so hard for me to just pause and treat myself well. I wasn't being very kind to myself, is what I realized. And I decided that I wanted to be kinder to myself. Because when we're kinder to ourselves, things just go a lot smoother, don't they? When we can take a break, breathe, pat ourselves on the back for where we're at, how far we've come, that it's a process. We remind ourselves that it's a process, that we may feel wronged, we may feel like it's an unjust, unfair world, and we deserve justice. And perhaps we do. Nobody's necessarily saying we do or don't, but we just acknowledge that we feel that way without going into it too much. Or maybe we do have to go into it, and we work through some really hard things. But instead of staying there, we realize that we're just moving through to a different place. We're riding the waves, if you will. We're riding the wave through, and we don't have to stay there. So that self-awareness leads to us feeling empowered, in control of what we can control, because there are so many things outside of us that we can't control, and it's frustrating. We just want to shift and shape our realities at our disposals. And if we've been mistreated in the past, some of us, we desire that more than others, which is understandable. And you shouldn't feel bad about that, because you were violated and you were not shown love and compassion in those moments. But that doesn't mean that love and compassion doesn't exist. So when we can remind ourselves of that, maybe the anger, rage, confusion, frustration can lift and not be so heavy, not weigh you down like a weight. And instead, you can feel freed up, freed and free to choose how you want to be slash feel in this moment. Choices. We all have choices. And when we slow down, we realize we can make different choices. That there's no rush.